was getting rid of the Federal Reserve Bank. Do you understand? He was already issuing new currency issued by the United States Treasury, silver notes, silver certificates, a new dollar. We didn't need them for anything. Why do they even exist? A day after, a hint of impropriety would have been enough for we the people to say, nah, get rid of them completely. March on Washington as one unified force, Democrats and Republicans, liberals and conservatives, socialists and capitalists, all demanding justice. Get rid of it. That was what he wanted in respect and tribute to JFK. Get rid of it now. We don't need them. Now we're 25 trillion in debt and growing, and the mainstream media is radio silent about this. And you think there's not a major conspiracy going on here? They're sick and twisted, man. They're evil. I'm telling you, they're genocidal maniacs. These are the people, these elitists, these hypocrites, that believe they are the earth's saviors. So your carbon footprint has to go, but it's okay that theirs is 100 times what yours is. That's okay. Georgia Guidestones all the way. We got to get this earth down to 500 million. And you think the same element, the same caliber of people couldn't have sprayed the skies with COVID-19? I'm just saying, don't be stupid. We're to be as shrewd as serpents, as innocent as doves. So if you can imagine somebody committing a crime that diabolical, that heinous, you get where I'm going with this, what I'm trying to convey? Keep your antennas up. Keep your eyes open. But let's unify. Let's defy these people as best we can. Let's get along. We saw that guy shot in the chest, that prayer conservative, they call him the far right. So this guy is dispensable. Good he's gone, right? That's a mainstream media for you. I never even heard of somebody called far left radical. Maybe he exists, I don't know. But, this is like the shot heard around the world. I mean, this is the kind of stuff that starts revolutions, bloody wars, okay, civil wars and stuff. Believe me, there's a lot of people that would love to just do massive violence to those that did that to that man for being on his knees praying. It's not good, my friends. Always remember that love is the most powerful force in the universe. Maybe it was Einstein that said that. I don't know. Somebody else before me, I'm certain. Remember to thank God for compunction, because compunction is a form of guilt and shame, and it keeps you on a leash, and you want to be on a leash. You want bounds. Remember, you want to cherish your boundaries, all those things you wouldn't do for any amount of money. That is godly, man. That is approved from on high. Okay, I mean, value your conscience, simple to understand is, what if you couldn't feel physical pain and you accidentally held your hand over a flame and cremated it? You'd lose your hand just like that. Do you understand? So you want to feel it. You want to be sensitive to it. The more sensitive, the better. And remember, the fear of the Lord is nothing to do with being afraid of God. Okay, this is like King Solomon said. It's the beginning of wisdom. Okay, you've got to revere, profound respect for your Creator, glorify God, thank God, and cultivate that relationship with Him on a very personal, intimate level as your friend. Always with you, always. You can never be separated, although we all feel those times when we feel separated. That's when we're feeling 2 inches tall, okay, and we don't feel right. We don't like ourselves maybe, and it's hard to love ourselves, and that's the time He's always there for us, carrying us. But it's hard to be human, and we can all be very grateful that He knows, and we ought to let Him know that we know and that He's there for us, and be glad that He understands it's tough to be human. That's why He is compassionate. He teaches us to be compassionate. So it is each man, each woman's prerogative to either be useful or to be useless. Now, it's a godly instinct to be useful, right? But it is a free will choice thing. And we could choose to be upright, decent human beings, just trying to enjoy our stinking little lives and trying to be increasingly nicer human beings, to be blessed and to have right values and all the good stuff, okay? And we have to remember, it's our own choice. Nobody can make that for us. We can encourage people to make the right choice, but it's their prerogative. While I can choose to be no man's enemy, they misunderstand me. If they think I'm their enemy, they don't know me. But I cannot choose that they not be my enemy if they choose to be my enemy. And it's the same for all of us. But I highly recommend that you choose to have no enemies and be a good guy, be God's friend, be his servant. His yoke is easy, his load is light. He is the path of least resistance. It's all good. His will for us is good, and our will for our fellow human beings must be good. And if it is, our hearts are pure, and we're almost assured to be found worthy and deserving of inheriting a better world. A world where there is no more death. Do you understand? It's a beautiful place. You can imagine it. You have the ability to imagine that world. No form of money. You have the ability to imagine that world. Try it. You'll like it. All right, I'm on to some current events and talking points. Recent events, whatever. This coronavirus, this idea that masks or social distancing is going to keep it from spreading. Come on, friends. Listen, one germ is all it takes, right? The Fed came out and said he's going to try to cause inflation to drive up wages was the purpose for it. What a lying sack of you-know-what. I mean, sorry, I love Jerome Powell, and, I'm sure, but he's got to come out and confess. He's got to. If he doesn't do that, there's no way on earth that I'm going to believe that. Yeah, that's the hardest thing for me as a believer, is to believe people that it's so obvious that you're lying. You're a smart guy. You just want to use the minimum wage workers and want to use labor as a scapegoat for the theftocracy they've imposed on us. Yeah, you understand? Brilliant, diabolical scheme. Filled with subterfuge and intrigue. Okay, these people are freaking, they're good. They're evil genius. It's a juggernaut of pure evil. That's who they are. So we need God's help. We need it. We need it because they're going to get crazy, man. But we the people are going to prevail if we walk hand in hand with God all the way. Unify, be empowered from on high. It's just knowledge. It's just information. It's just proper education. Go out there and speak truth to power, and everybody else that'll listen and spread the good news. Make it logical and concise and coherent. Make sense. Make it irrefutable, inarguable stuff that you're sharing with the world. Okay, and that's that. And we all got to say, yeah, that's true. We could fix our problems, but there's a juggernaut of pure evil genius. Doesn't want that. They want quite the opposite. So, let's cower a little. Ignorance is bliss. I mean, I'm getting ahead. Everything's all right for me. So, you know what? I look after old number one. I can't worry about other people. It makes my head hurt. When criminals are released from jail, have you heard of all the social welfare help they get with housing and everything else? But if you're not a criminal, no, you don't get those special privileges. No. You haven't earned them, right? TMZ Live shared a video of two cops that had apprehended a guy. He was there. He was surrendering, had his hands up on his head. And this one cop, this bully, I want to kick his butt. You know that? He kicked the guy square in the back. Man, that guy, he makes me ashamed to be a man, to do such a mean-spirited thing. Brutal. Chadwick Boseman was a very beloved guy. Apparently, he's a very beautiful human being. And, as tried as it might sound, but I tell everybody, eat a lot of popcorn. It'll help sweep your guts out, keep them clean, and don't do too much meat-on-meat contact. What I mean by your intestines are like meat. You don't want that stuff sitting in there too long against each other, with red meat and everything and white meat, whatever. Kanye West, though he's running for president, the mainstream media is radio silent about that. Kaiser Report, episode 1578. I got them backed up. I've got about 10 of them I've been savoring. But Stacey Herbert came out with this idea of a, cantillionaires, right? You got to look up Cantillon effect and you'll understand what she's talking about. Another Kaiser Report episode is vomit fraud. You got to check that one out. Okay, friends, I'm going to get on to some thoughts from the last few weeks. One thing to understand is that all those whom think, then subsequently speak, and finally behave in a decidedly stupid manner is that they are choosing to be stupid, even if that someone is ourselves. The, quote, evil ones create an air of a seemingly insurmountable, unassailable hold on the power in this current world system. They accomplish this very powerful delusion by way of deception. Their greatest weapon against humanity at large is the power of the purse.